to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. And if they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes you're out at the old ball game.
Located at 48 Pettengill Park Road, Pettengill Park was a beauty spot for Auburn and even Lewiston. Before it was a park, it was known many years as Gully Lot. It was used for pasturage and a hayfield. Kids were able to play in the shrubs and bushes. Part of the area had been used as a rifle range by local militia units and rifle clubs. In 1922, when the city wanted to buy the land and make it a park, they needed $12,000 to do it. A year later, in 1923, the city bought 20 acres from William A. Pettengill for $5,000. He also gave a generous $1,000 subscription donation. After a brief discussion of the name and a vote, the park was named after Pettengill. They wanted baseball fields, football fields, basketball and tennis courts, and swimming holes. In the winter, ski jumps, toboggan chutes, skating, hockey, and polo rinks. In a 7-year period from 1923, city officials made $15,000 available for improvements which were spent on the skating pond, the building of a ski jump, and toboggan slide. During the Depression years, money was still spent on the park, and agencies like the WPA and the ERA gave funds to the city to aid the unemployed, which many were employed on the Pettengill projects, like the building and leveling of the softball field. By 1936, 4 federal relief agencies consisting of the CWA, WPA, ERA, and FERA had supplied thousands of dollars to make Pettengill Park. The Federal Emergency Relief Administration, FERA, was the new name given by the Roosevelt administration to the Emergency Relief Administration, ERA, which President Herbert Hoover had created in 1932. WPA crews picked away at the clay bank through the winter. They wheeled clay away and dumped it to make the playing field surface. During that same year, there was a flood that washed out the Old South Bridge. The high waters damaged the park, and funds for repairs were not available for the city. The pond was built in 1940, but it flooded every 3 years. Each spring, the rain poured and the snow melted and flooded the baseball field as much as 10 feet of water and easily overflowed the pond. About 200 truckloads of sediment was scooped out of the pond, which provided more than 500,000 extra gallons of water space. Bernal B. Allen, the city manager, had envisioned a 45-acre tract as a park, containing playground space for children and adults, consisting of swings, teeter-totters, and a sandbox, picnic grounds, a larger skating rink, and added skiing facilities. All of this was coming true. The city wanted to extend the pond by 200 feet so that there is an enlarged skating area. North of the ski jumps, a 4-acre playground for older kids was going to be developed, containing a junior baseball diamond. The cost of improvements had been $20,091.06. The city's workers and interested citizens' efforts showed their pride to the baseball field and Pettengill Park. 3 bands and a drum and bugle corps, speeches from the mayors from both cities, drilling, which was hitting the balls hard and in a straight line, and 2 games were going to be played. People were saying that there might not be enough seating on the bleachers for all the dedicated people going to this event. Auburn was very fortunate enough to be able to build it right near the heart of the city. Pettengill Park was first opened to public skating in 1966, but was closed down due to a snowstorm. Norris E. Ingersoll, the recreation superintendent, reported that they were having trouble with the snowblowers that were used to clear the rinks. This rink was reopened, but the only rink that was cleared. The Vickery Road rink had been constructed, but was still snow-covered. The department was planning to maintain 9 rinks that winter. Only about 2 cents of each tax dollar were expended for recreation. Citizens were able to enjoy recreation and activities yearly. After heavy rainfall in 1977, Pettengill Park was flooded. Sections of the park was muddy and covered with debris. It completely washed out areas and there was still a bit of snow left. There was a lot of work to get the park back in shape. In 1989, they were going to lay sod, or turf, in the outfield so they didn't have to attempt to seed grass and grow it. They were stalled and held back temporarily because of the bad weather, a mixture of rain, snow, and cold temperatures. It was called Mudsville. The dumping of loam, which was soil, and leveling started once the spring weather came. The outfield fence was replaced and a softball field was being made. The pond was deepened and expanded. The pond was soon turned into a rink with an arena, with walls and a roof. By 1993, 86% of the ice time, which was 1,000 hours, was rented. From 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. was called dead time. This was because there was never anybody skating at that time. Norris Ingersoll, who is now Parks and Recreation Director, said that Phase 2 of the building, Ingersoll Arena, would consist of locker rooms, skate sharpening, pro shop, and concessions. The locker rooms, bathrooms, and a heating system was estimated to cost $108,000. Estimated sales for the concession stand were $45,000. The third phase for the rink would cost around $50,000. Coaches and citizens loved the new rink instead of the pond. Ingersoll Arena was named after Norris Ingersoll for his dedicated service. He was able to work with what he had and fit the needs of all ages.
The goalie jumps and the players...
On February 23, 1994, a compressor malfunctioned, which closed the rink. It raised the temperature to 34 degrees, which made the ice too soft. By May 24, 1994, the rink organizers had raised $15,500 to help pay for costs at the rink. Almost 5 months later, by October 7th, the city got $508,000 to pay for the $750,000. Volunteers paid for the rest. The city rented almost 1,400 hours, which was 200 more than the year before. Ingersoll Arena was the home rink for the ELHS hockey team and the Leavitt High School team. On December 30th, 1999, EL beat Coney 5-1, which moved them on to face the Lewiston Devils in the final game. The next day, EL beat the Devils 3-2 in the championship game of the Gifters Holiday Classic. Woohoo! In 2004, George Roy had a generous gift. He offered to pay startup costs for Free Skate Wednesday. He donated all the ice time and 20 pairs of skates. On February 12, 2004, 127 Auburn students attended the first Free Skate Wednesday. From then on, Ingersoll Arena and Pettengill Park have been used by all ages and sizes, and also neighboring cities. They fit right in with the community and were meant to be there. If it weren't for the hard work of the dedicated volunteers and companies, Auburn wouldn't be as it is today. And thanks to them, people are always having fun and always will have fun in the future.